I have the easiest explanation for you about the Korean topic marker 은, 는. If you are ever confused, this video will fix that. Just remember this. 은, 는 is used to make a general statement or state a fact about something. Or to make it easier, replace it with the English phrase as for. 제 이름은 그레이스예요. As for my name, it's Grace. Just stating a fact there. 제 나이는 30이에요. As for my age, it's 30. Again, simple information. You're not reacting to anything here. You're just introducing the topic and giving some info about it. Now, deciding which one to choose, 은 or 는, is not scary. If the word that you're attaching it to ends in a consonant, which means it has a 받침, add 은. And if the word you're attaching it to ends in a vowel, which means there is no 받침, add 는. 이름은, 나이는. So summary, topic marker 은, 는, you're stating a fact or giving some basic info. But there's also one special usage. In some cases, 은 or 는 also compares things. So if there is a huge table full of food in front of me and someone asked me, hey, how's the food? Is everything good? And I reply with, 쿠키는 맛있어요. That 는 adds a comparison effect. And now I'm saying, the cookie is good, implying that nothing else was. So think of it as quietly throwing shade. Another quick example. 김치 좋아해요. 김치찌개는 싫어해요. So that implies, I like kimchi, but I don't like kimchi찌개, making that comparison with 는. So just remember, it's used to make a general statement or state a fact, but depending on the context, it's sometimes used for comparisons. Here's the easiest explanation for the Korean subject markers 이가. Just remember, the subject marker 이가 is used when you want to emphasize the subject. Either it's a new piece of information or you're trying to emphasize who or what is involved. Here's a scenario that's going to clear out all the confusion. Let's say we're in a classroom together, you're the student, I'm the instructor. Someone knocks on the door, they come in and they ask, we have a problem. Who's the instructor here? In that situation, me being the instructor, I would answer, right? In that case, I would never say, I am an instructor. Instead, I want to say, I'm the instructor. Emphasizing I, because I am the instructor, not I am an instructor. So that's pretty much what the 이가 does. By saying, 제가 선생님이에요. 제가 선생님이에요. I'm saying I am the instructor, emphasis on the I. Whereas if you used 은는 here, it would sound like I am an instructor. 저는 선생님이에요, which doesn't fit the situation perfectly. Another example is this sentence, 문제가 있어요. There is a problem. By using the 이가 subject marker, which acts as an emphasis, we are now highlighting 문제, clearly emphasizing that that is what we are talking about in this sentence. And a lot of the times when a new piece of information is introduced, that information needs emphasis. So in a Korean sentence, every time a new piece of information is introduced, you can expect to see the subject marker 이가. Now, as always, whether to choose 이 or 가 depends on the previous word that you're attaching the marker to. If the word ends in a consonant, which means there is a 받침, attach 이. And if the word ends in a vowel, which means no 받침, add 가. 학생이 제가. To summarize, the subject marker 이가 emphasizes the subject or introduces a new piece of information that the listener may not have known. Now, this is the easiest explanation to answer your question, when do I choose 은는? When do I choose 이가? When you're confused on which one to choose, ask yourself this one question and don't think about any grammar rules. What is the purpose of my sentence? Am I just trying to provide general information? Or am I trying to emphasize something? Let's use this example sentence. I am Grace Suda. Now, if your purpose is number 1, which is to make a general statement, you would choose the topic marker 은는. And your sentence would sound like this. 저는 그레이스 수다예요. That's the general information that I'm trying to provide to you, that I am Grace Suda. Simply introducing that fact. Now, if your purpose is number 2, which is to make an emphasis, The situation might be something like this. Somebody is trying to look for Grace Suda and I'm trying to tell them that's me. 제가 Grace Suda예요. I am Grace Suda. That's me. I want to emphasize I am Grace Suda. 제가. So you choose the subject marker 이가 in that case. First one, general statement, very basic info. I am Grace Suda. 저는 Grace Suda예요. Second one, emphasis on the I. I'm Grace Suda. I am that person. 제가 Grace Suda예요. Examples of general statements. 저는 커피를 좋아해요. I like coffee. 이 영화는 재미있어요. This movie is fun. 저는 30살이에요. I'm 30 years old. For all of these, you're choosing the topic marker 은는 because you're simply trying to provide some information. And now here are examples of when you should choose 이가, the subject marker, because you're trying to emphasize. 제가 할게요. I will do it. We're at a restaurant together looking over the menu and someone asks, what's good here? 김치찌개가 맛있어요. The kimchi stew is good here. Emphasis on kimchi stew. Here's the conclusion. 은는, general statement or stating a fact. 이가, emphasis, new information, spotlight. This is the easiest explanation you'll find on the Korean object marker 을을. Out of all the markers, this one's actually the easiest. Now for the object marker 을을, this is all you have to remember. 을을 is the marker that has a direct relationship with the verb in the sentence, aka the action that's happening. So in a sentence, it's very easy to find the verb, the action, right? And then there's also going to be that thing, the noun, that the action is happening on. That's where you attach 을 or 를. For example, I'm eating a strawberry. 딸기를 먹어요. 먹어요 is the verb. We are eating. That's the action. But what are you eating? What is it that the action of eating is happening on? That's the 딸기, the noun. So the object marker is attached to 딸기 because that's where the action is happening on. Here's another very straightforward example. Look at this sentence. 공부를 해요. I study. Now what's the action? What's the verb in this sentence? 해요 is our action. And what are we doing the action on? 공부. 공부를 해요. Now, if I want to say I'm making a video, our action word is very clear. It is to make. 만들어요. Now you have to specify what you are making. What is the thing that the action of making is happening on? That would be video, 영상. So on that word, attach the object marker, 영상을 만들어요. And as always, deciding which one to choose between 을 and 를 is just about the sound. If the word that you're attaching it to ends in a consonant, which means there is a 받침, attach 을. And if the word ends in a vowel, which means there is no 받침, then attach 를. 영상을, 딸기를. I hope this video made everything a little more clear for you. Make sure to save it so that you can review it for later.